Well, this just aired as I'm recording this, so why not show you guys, man? Even Tapper is on the fence. Brother Jake's on the fence too. Check this out.
Sitting down for regular interviews or fielding questions from the press, certainly not to the degree that her counterpart Donald Trump is. Why? Why is she not doing more interviews to talk about her policies and answer some of the questions that voters have about her policies and on her change on her views in some of them?
Well, Jake, she's done interviews, and I know that we would love, or you would love, to see her sit down every single day with CNN and do interviews, but she's a very busy person.
She's not sitting down.
Kamala Harris, you are as fake as press on nails, and I can see right through you. Let me help you out with something, because maybe somebody must not have told you. On TV and on every interview, giving the same tired answer. So let me just help you out. When you are asked a question, why don't you try answering the question? People are not stupid. We can tell when you're dancing around the issue instead of answering the question. When you're asked, are people better off now or during Donald Trump's presidency? When you're asked about the border or your policies on immigration, answer the question. We don't care about your middle class upbringing. We don't care that your mama had to save up to buy a house. We don't care about your summer job at McDonald's. We don't care about the lawns of the neighborhood that you lived in and how everybody took care of their lawn. That does not matter to me, and it doesn't matter to anybody else. I want you to answer the question, because if people, my mind is already made up too, Kamala, because I can see right through you and I know that you fake. But for somebody else whose mind is not made up, let me just help you out. Answer the question so that they can decide between you and your opponent. I don't know if you're just trying to paint him as the villain and try to skate by to be like you the hero or the nice person. We don't care about that, because being a hero and voting for the nice person is not what pays the bills. You understand what I'm saying? We can see through you. And that fake black accent that you keep doing, girl, you need to stop, because you know good and well that you ain't got no black accent. You know good and well that you was born from San Francisco and in Canada. Where you get that black accent from? Stop doing that, trying to be relatable. This does not make you relatable. It makes you look fake. And those of us like me, we can see through that. We can see through that. We can see through every interview that you do, that instead of answering the questions that are on the minds of the millions of American people who have the power to elect you to the highest office in the land, you're dancing around the issue, and you want to talk about how you was born a middle-class kid and how your mother had to save up to buy a house. I don't care, Kamala. So just to recap, stop dancing around the issue. Answer the question. If you're going to do an interview, answer a question that you are asked at the interview.
My love and prayers go out to this woman and her family, man.
I just came out of the Family Dollar and I'm bawling my fucking eyes out, because between groceries and products for my house just now, I've spent over $300 in 24 hours. I only took home $500 this week. How are we supposed to do this? I talked to a 70-year-old checkout lady that's on Social Security and still having to work. I'm 58, retired and still having to work. She said she admitted that things were better under Trump, but she said she's not going to vote. Why? Why? I left her crying. Why are you not going to vote? You sit there and say it was better under Trump, but you're not going to vote? What is wrong with these people? Fucking vote! I'm done. I just came out of the family.
Wow.
So look at Donald Trump's electoral vote total right now, if the polls are exactly right, 262. But let's say the polls are off like they were back in 2020. Look where he goes. He goes to 312. Why is that? Because the polls underestimated Donald Trump in 2020. So the bottom line is, instead of losing those Great Lake battleground states, he wins all of them. He obviously holds on to North Carolina, Georgia, and Arizona, and he gains Nevada. So if the polls are as good as they were in 2020, despite the fact that at this particular hour Donald Trump trails in enough states to give Kamala Harris the victory, if the polls are off like they were in 2020, Donald Trump would actually win the election. So look at Donald Trump.
Worst polling Democrat against Donald Trump in history on national polls. No one is performing worse than her. No one's performing worse than her among blacks, among Hispanics, the worst performing Democrat in modern history among those demographics, worst performing polling wise among Jews. She is losing key factions of the Democratic base. Muslim voters, she's at under 50%, she's at 52% in the latest CARE poll among black Muslims. She is not doing well.
Hand up if you think the economy was better under Trump. And hands up if you think the economy is better under Biden and Harris. Why? Okay, 7-1. That's pretty clear.
The truth. I'm not saying he's like, of course, yeah, like I do say, he has best. He still has a business mindset. I think that lended somewhat, and I think yes, the trickle down of whatever previous stuff. And I think he just handles certain things a little better.
Who does?
Trump.
Les?
He provided more jobs, more opportunities. Similar. Even though he didn't have any experience in politics, but he came in and did a much better job. If you look at the statistics now, we're far more worse now than we were before.
Firstly, I just want to ask a general question about Harris. Then we're going to show some clips for the debate. What's your biggest hesitation about voting for Kamala Harris?
Just, is she going to be able to do the things that she says she's going to be able to do? That's, you know what I mean? Just, is she going to be able to do it? That's my biggest hesitation. Just, is she going to be able to get it past Congress? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yep.
You know.
Mikhail, how about you?
Everything that glitters ain't gold.
Yeah, for sure.
Very, it looks great on paper, but I'm not sure it could translate to politics, and if she'll even be able to get it passed.
Haywood?
My thing is her strength. That's my focus for her. You know, is she gonna be able to take a punch and give one or two backs? You know, that's my biggest thing. And it has nothing to do with her gender, ladies, okay? But we talking about the highest office in the land.
Yeah. If it was Michelle Obama, I would feel totally different.
Yeah,
you know?
You can't be weak and hold that off.
Yeah, like if you put her next to Michelle Obama, it's like...
Or Hillary Clinton.
Or Hillary Clinton, it's like it's no comparison on the strength that I think Michelle Obama or Hillary Clinton would have against her. They would eat her up.
How did Harris come across then? How did she do up against him? Haywood says that, you know, big personality. How did she do? How did she come across?
She kept saying that she's a warrior, she's gonna fight, but I don't know if you're a strong as. I mean, I get it what you feel, but I don't think you are as like a warrior, like fighter, like she says she is.
Right.
That's just my opinion. Not that I don't think she doesn't care, and like I said, she used a lot of appealing to emotion. Like
they just said Hillary and Michelle Obama, they were better off putting them on the ticket. Big Mike, oh, Big Mike. Y'all know I had to say it now. Big Mike.
Anecdotal, like anecdotal evidence instead of like, you know, she used some facts, but just like to like appeal to people like, hey, you know, I'm just like, you know, to try to get people on her side.
I don't think the bar was set pretty high when it comes to that. When it comes to her speaking, I believe the last debate with Biden set it really low. So I believe she did a lot better than Biden. But that's pretty much what I got.
And they're both old. Biden is old. Trump is old. We need to get some young folks in there that knows, you know, have an idea of what's going on now. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, it was several times where he kept like referring to her as they. Like he almost didn't even address her. Like he kept saying Biden. He didn't say her name at all. Yeah, or like that's your boss. Basically, that's your boss. Like you're just doing what Biden wants to do. Yeah, and it does make you wonder, right? Because it's kind of like he's saying stuff like y'all just ousted him, and I'm like, well, that's not what happened. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, what if that is what happened? And like now she's the figurehead, you know. So it's difficult to jump on board 100% because you do kind of like you've seen it. We've lived through now, you know, multiple elections and we've seen how they turned out. So as a person, I do think she's a better person than he is overall character wise. And that's why, you know, more people I think are leaning towards her. I don't know if that 100% means she'll do a better job in the office.
Final question on Harris in this debate then. From what you've seen so far, put your hand up if you think she's strong enough. Keep your hand down if you've got doubts whether she's strong enough. So put your hand up if you think Harris is strong enough.
Yes.
I think she's strong enough.
Yeah, just like enough. Yeah. Yeah. just enough. Yeah.
Is that strength that everybody see in the beginning, is it gonna last throughout her 4 years?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
yeah.
she looked good against Mr. Trump. I don't know, I didn't see it. But when you had to face these other leaders from these other countries, you know, are you gonna have what it takes to stand there and throw punches like they throw a punch?
Yeah.
I'm hearing more doubts even from those who put their hands up.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
So they basically just put their hand up and basically put their hand down. Like, oh, wait, let me think about this.
I think she's strong enough, just enough.
Now,
you know.
now.
Despite what some people refuse to believe, Donald Trump is receiving so much support from people that are young, like kind of like my age.
Right. Nessa is an Iranian immigrant who's amassed thousands of followers with her pro-Trump TikToks, many of which show off this MAGA store in Forest Lake, Minnesota.
You will get compliments from most people on social media as long as you support their opinions, and I believe the algorithm also plays a huge part, specifically on TikTok.
You know when you're posting this stuff that it's going to start a debate.
Yes.
And that's kind of the point?
Kind of, yeah. I believe I'm providing a space for Republicans and Democrats to have debates. Despite what some...
You know, the breaking news is Trump has nothing to do with Project 2025. Sure, a lot of us have worked in the admin and came together, but this started long before he even announced for president.
Repeat it. Let's repeat it so everybody can hear it.
You know, the breaking news is Trump has nothing to do with Project 2025. Sure, a lot of us have worked in the admin and came together, but this started long before he even announced for president.
The director, Project 2025. I gotta repeat it again. But somebody that y'all still want to close your ears. Oh, okay, I'll play it again.
You know, the breaking news is Trump has nothing to do with Project 2025. Sure, a lot of us have worked in the admin and came together, but this started long before he even announced for president.
Y'all let that Indian woman playing black bamboozle y'all if y'all want to. I'm telling you, I might tell you a joke, but I will never tell you a lie. Y'all let that Indian woman playing black bamboozle y'all if y'all want to. Baby, I was already not voting for Kamala. When I tell you I will vote for the lizard outside my house before I vote for that lady, I am not an idiot. I don't care nothing about her coming around black people talking black. Talk to me how you talk to your Indian mama and daddy. Don't come talking to me saying faux if you do not talk like that around your Indian mama and daddy. I don't care nothing about that. But let me show y'all what I just heard, baby. The dictatorship y'all think y'all running from, baby, y'all are running straight into. They've already been dictating over your life. That's the crazy part. For the last 4 years, they've been dictating over your life. Y'all just too silly to see.
Among everybody in the community, and just because you legally possess a gun in the sanctity of your locked home doesn't mean that we're not going to walk into that home and check to see if you're being responsible and safe in the way you conduct your affairs.
Come again, say who? Come again, say what? This lady said they don't care nothing about you owning your firearm legally in your locked home. That will not stop them from coming into your home to make sure you're handling your firearm how they want you to. Y'all let this Indian woman playing black bamboozle y'all if y'all want to. Y'all are going to learn about trying to make history over and over again and it never benefiting you.
Oh boy. Hey, all I can do is show it to y'all. But this video got millions of views. These content creators on TikTok, everywhere. People are speaking out, man. People are sick and tired. People know what's going on. People are waking up. Gen Z, blacks, Hispanic, everybody. Everybody's waking up, man.
Up by just 7 points. Look, Kamala Harris is doing somewhat better than that at this point, up by 15 over Donald Trump, but still really lagging where Joe Biden was back in 2020. So Kamala Harris would love extra support from young voters. Maybe Taylor Swift can deliver a few of those. Beyond that, you know, we were talking.
Maybe Taylor Swift can deliver a few of those. These are the times that we're living in, y'all. But I tell you, they're in for a rude awakening, man. I know y'all seen some of these posts saying this and that, Trump's landslide, Trump winning, some that say tied, some that saying Trump is skyrocketing right now. But if things are done fair, history is going to be made. And it's going to be too big to rig. But as you can see, they are devastated, man. And they're predicting next week it to only get worse. So, and again, you can't make this stuff up, y'all. You cannot make it up.
Registration. Look at the key battleground states of Pennsylvania and North Carolina. Look, the Democratic edge over GOP voters at this point in the process. In September of 2020, look at this. In Pennsylvania, Democrats had a 559,000 voter edge. Look where it's dropped now to. They're still ahead, but it's just 169,000. You see the same trend in North Carolina where you see that drop from 415,000 to now an edge of just 128,000. Democrats still ahead, but Republicans have made massive gains in registration over the past 4 years, up by just 7.
Oh boy.